afternoon, I'm Sophie Goodman and this is BCU News at 3. Today, the UK is commemorating 100 years since the First World War began. Tributes are being held across the globe, but Birmingham City University initially decided not to go ahead with a minute's silence. Following pressure from both staff and students, the decision was overturned.
I'm actually very pleased that the university are going to comply with the 2-minute silence today. It means a lot to me because my husband was in the armed forces for 15 years, so it does mean a lot to me that the university is going to go through with the 2-minute silence.
Parkside building will now observe a 2-minute silence in remembrance of those who have fallen.
Although the silence did go ahead like announced, many people failed to observe the moment. Patricia was left disappointed by the lack of respect shown.
That's a bit disappointing considering the reason as to why we ended up going through with it in the first place. So to hear that there were people that weren't, abiding with it, I think it's a little bit disrespectful.
Emily Howells, BCU student, had this to say.
I found it quite difficult today because, being in uni, there's a lot of work going on. There was an alarm that signalled the start, and then everyone was like, "Oh no, it's the fire alarm!" We weren't ready for it. But personally, I paid my respect and I sat in silence and thought about my memories of my family. But a lot of people were just bustling in and out, and I kind of thought, wow, that's really disrespectful. But I think it'd be better if we were all as a collective group have an event.
The late teenage cancer fundraiser, Stephen Sutton, is to receive an MBE from the Queen later today. Stephen's mother, Jane Sutton, will collect the honour at Buckingham Palace on her son's behalf. Stephen, who raised over £5 million for charity, was told he would be included on the Queen's honour list just days before he passed away. Stephen was diagnosed with colon cancer at the age of 15, but despite his courageous 4-year battle, sadly died in May, earlier this year. He became known nationwide thanks to this bucket list, which contained 46 things he wanted to achieve before he passed away. Nearing the end of his battle, helping other people became his priority as his online donation appeal became viral. People from all over the country have taken to Twitter to pay tribute to Stephen and his family. Comedian Jason Manford, who has supported the family throughout their difficult time, tweeted his happiness for Jane. Earlier today, Wardwoods Road in Selly Oak was closed off due to the police investigating claims of a shooting. Police were called to the scene just after 1 a.m. after a member of the public made the 999 call claiming a man had been shot. A local resident claimed a shocked man ran into his house shouting that somebody was trying to shoot at him. Police have released a statement saying that nobody's been injured and are pleading for witnesses or anybody with information about the incident to come forward. After an appeal from a local newspaper, 2 schoolboys have been prosecuted for setting alight a double-decker bus with passengers still on board. The teenagers were recognised instantly by their headmaster, who brought them to justice after seeing the appeal in the newspaper. Judge Nicholas Chambers commented that the drama could have ended in tragedy before sentencing the boys to 2 years. Thankfully, nobody was injured in the attack. A recent report held at Birmingham City University revealed that students drink up to 20 units of alcohol per week. A student-based website questioned 2,027 students on their drinking habits, which revealed some shocking statistics. I'm joined here in the studio by Katie Tedlow, a current student at BCU, to find out her opinion on the recent poll. So Katie, 47% of students wish alcohol wasn't such a big part of university. Why do you think drinking's become such a focus?
I think as a university student myself, it's a big focus because it's more of a bonding experience, especially when you're in freshers. You want to make friends and everything, and sororities as well do all the pre-drinking, and they do a lot of events as well, which includes drinking. And plus a lot of clubs do student nights, so instead of just going out on the weekend, they do student nights for cheap drinks on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I think that's where the focus has gone.
What do you think about the statistic that 2 out of 3 students admitting to not remembering getting home after a night out?
I think it's a bit extreme. 2 out of 3 people is a bit a big figure. But personally, I don't know that many people, but I think it's a bit extreme.
Work is nearing completion on the centrepiece of Birmingham's Christmas. Thank you for joining us today. That's all for this afternoon.